I'm Will, that is the NIO ES7, or if you're in Europe, the NIO EL7, and this is China Driven 5-Minute Rundown.
Perfect.
The NIO ES7 or EL7 was NIO's first SUV on its new updated NT 2.0 platform. The cost of an ES7 here in China starts at $69,000 for the 75 kilowatt hour pack and $77,500 for the 100 kilowatt hour version. Fully loaded over $87,500, premium pricing for a premium SUV. Initial prices are cheaper if you opt for BaaS, renting the battery, and they start about $58,500, whichever battery size you choose, $145 for the 75 kilowatt hour version a month, or $250-ish for the 100 kilowatt hour version. Ranges vary based on battery size. The 75 kilowatt hour claims 301 miles, and the larger 100 kilowatt hour, 385 miles. Later, with NIO's new semi-solid state 150 kilowatt hour pack, claims of 578 miles of range, but these are on the CTLC, not real world figures. DC fast charging is a standard 28% in 30 minutes, but it's a NIO, so you can battery swap. The ES7 is considered a mid-size SUV, but we end up with a longer, wider, but lower SUV compared to the outgoing ES6. It also ditches the older SUV's more angular, multifaceted front end for a cleaner, smoother front end associated with the second-gen cars like the ET5 and ET7. Except for the omission of chrome up top, the side profile is pretty similar to the ES6, including its square wheel arches and front charge port, suggesting that not everything is brand new for this vehicle. The rear end incorporates NIO's new style taillights found on newer NIO models, and it helps give the rear a more soft, rounded feeling than the ES6, even if in reality it's not. 4 standard colors and 4 optional colors costing $1,400, including this space blue. 1 standard and 1 optional 20-inch rim wrapped in 255/50 Continental Eco Contact 6 tires, 2 optional 21-inch alloys shod in 265/45 Pirelli P0s, costing up to $2,500. It's a NIO, so no frunk, but a total of 658 litres of trunk space, and the rear seats do fold down. To say that this interior is the same as the ET7 isn't exactly true. Obviously, having an ET7, I'm very familiar. I'd say it's a mix of the ET5 and ET7 with some of the bones of the old ES6. It has the same Karoon material as the ET7, but it doesn't have a singular strip door-to-door via the dashboard like the ET7, and this 2-step on the passenger dash is straight from the ES6. The steering wheel is a 3-spoke design, more like the ET5 rather than the ET7's 2-spoke. Although it's the same width as the ET7, it doesn't feel as wide in here, maybe because of the dark color. It comes with soft closed doors, but it has those ET5 style switches, which are a little bit awkward. You get more interior colors than the ET7, but more restrained than the ET5. No mint green here, although all white, including white headliner, is an option. NIO's recyclable fabric Haptex is standard with micro suede headliner, or pay $3,000 for upgraded Napa leather. Heated steering wheel and all 4 main seats come with heat and massage, driver, thigh support, and a fragrance system like the ET7. Much to my ET7's dismay, the ES7 does get electronic reclining seats back here, but it doesn't get spa massage function. The ES7's wheelbase is smaller than the ET7, so you get less legroom, but obviously much more headroom. You also get a rear screen in here to control the AC, the media, and the rear seat functions, except for the reclining function, which is done by the side of the seat. There are 2 USB-Cs back here, 2 cup holders, and an electronic panoramic roof, and of course, double-paned insulated acoustic glass all around. Premium. The NIO ES7 has the same Aquila hardware as all NT 2.0 cars, which includes the roof-mounted LiDAR, so it will have access to NIO's NAD when it becomes available. It's got a massive HUD, a 10.2-inch instrument panel, 12.8-inch OLED central touchscreen with a Snapdragon 8155. There's also a 5G connection in here and a 1000-watt Dolby Spatial Audio 23-speaker sound system. And obviously, being a NIO SUV, it has the queen seat with a foot and calf rest and also can lay fully flat. The ES7 comes standard with air suspension, unlike the old ES6, but it still has the same suspension, double wishbone up front and multi-link in the rear, as opposed to the ET7, which has multi-link front and rear. It does have the same motors as the ES7 though, so it has a respectable 480 kilowatts of power and the same monstrous 850 Newton meters of torque. This thing will rocket to 100 kilometers an hour in 3.9 seconds, a tenth of a second slower than the ET7, but both are faster in the real world than on paper. It's comfy and it drives similarly to the ET7, but obviously has more body roll, being a high-riding SUV. If you want something that's comfy and premium in an SUV form, definitely give this thing a look. That is a NIO ES7, this is China driven, and that's a wrap for the ES7 5-minute rundown.
Perfect.